Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Trackmania Nations Forever event series Puzzle Cup. 5 puzzle or maze maps scattered checkpoints. We need to be in free camera. Can I move in free cam? Yes, okay. It's just strange. We have 2 warm-up rounds. We have a finish. And then we will have live rounds. I think 3 live rounds. Yes, 3 live rounds to collect points. So yeah. Terrible intro. But yeah, we will be floating around like this. Weird that if you're going to cam 7 and try and move around, you use the numpad keys. But if you're in free cam like this, apparently you just use the movement, like accelerate, brake, left and right. When you find a path, finish ASAP. So we have a checkpoint here, 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 and up there. Start here. Finish in all 4 corners. Can we see anything from this kind of perspective? We are back in for another warm-up. 2 rounds of warm-up every single time as well. Once we've gone through at least 1 run, I think everybody will know what they're kind of doing. There are a lot of people going for this checkpoint first. That makes sense. I think you can get up from both sides of that. That's fair enough. So these 2 are going to be taken together and potentially straight to the finish there. Serlo then taking that checkpoint, turning around, and then going for the loopy-loop. Up and over and down, and an exit. Oh no, now goes for that one, and then straight to the finish, Serlo. Interesting. No Mania records, no local records, no times being given here. Oop. Okay, apparently F7 doesn't minimize the... Let's turn off. Turn those off. Here we go. End of warm-up. Oh dear. My keys got stuck. Going back. Here we go then. Off over to this checkpoint. Most players going this way. Couple Marius, Roe and Elcaps going around there. A lot of people heading now towards this direction. Grab a couple over here. A few Guillermos going in there as well. Quite a lot of respawners rather than turnaround quickers. Heading off. Who's going to be the first one to finish? I think Apps needs 1 more. Sonny is in. Marius first. Roe, Watson, Apps, Eric B, Monster, Vadi, Ake, KSH, Serlo, Danny. Absolute chaos coming in through the line. Beautiful, beautiful chaos. Once I think a few people have got, I think we'll do the first set in cam 7. And then once we're back around, we will give it another go. Look at all this. Everybody going for different routes. Different people. That's difficult to get out of by the looks of things. Few people like braking as they exit. And we've got everybody going over here. I'm not sure who's got what checkpoints right now. Marius going for the big jump, and I think that'll be the finish. No, Ake with an absolutely amazing route. Then Apps is in. We did see Apps finish pretty fast, but missed a checkpoint somehow. Vavdi, Roe, Watson, Marius, Shark, KSH, Serlo, Monster, Danny. Nicely, nicely done. Looking at some good even scores right now. Back into the free cam. Look at all the people going off the back for that extra speed boost and then heading straight through. Vaddy's hit a wall. Not a great run. Danny picking up checkpoints fast. We're going to have, I think with that route, a lot of different places to go. Going to have to get this one and then back over the other side of the map. So a long way to the finish for Danny. Picks up a lot quickly at the start, but then yeah, has to crisscross the map. Whereas other players are finishing pretty quick. Aches in, Apps, Monster, Rowie, Shark, Eric B, Marius, Vaddy, Serlo. KSH is in. Danny's across the line. And Watson just about makes it. And just makes it into the finish. Very nicely done. 2 full rotations of the map pack. I did wonder why it was 9,999 points to win. So we are just doing a simple 2 rotations of the map pack. Next up, let's take a look at the map. 2 warm-ups all the time. Ooh, wow. Okay. Okay, then. So, up and take the round. I mean, that's the most sensible. Ah, it's off the back. So, what's off the front? Round here. Yeah, I need the checkpoint plug-in thing. How many checkpoints are there? Checkpoint counter. Seven checkpoints. There's one. How do you get that? Okay, so you've got to come up and drop down on this. That's interesting. So you jump up here. Oh, wow. To get this checkpoint. What's the other option to get this checkpoint? It doesn't really appear to be one. Oh, off of here? No, that's a roof. Yeah, unless you absolutely fly it like Danny has. Very nicely done. Yep, that's the right place to get that checkpoint. Maybe a little bit less fast. Oh, and a nice drop down. That's a good route from Danny. We might see that one. We might see that one coming through. It's going to be absolute chaos to see who's winning in this. A lot of it will be done Cam 7 wise. That's a smooth transition. Oh, no. Never mind. Not smooth. Yeah, this one's going to be... At least the other one I could just stick myself in the sky, and as long as you follow one player, you're kind of good. This one is going to be a tricky one to figure out. A few people have finished, though. We are in. Low scores in warm-up. Warm-up number 2. We're off. Let's follow this group of people around the track. Look at this. Over here. And then they're taking this jump up here. Okay. Round through here. Nice drop down. This is a good route. You drop down there. Where are we going now? Through here. Round the back. Up and round. Oh, and a bug fin. Wow. Okay, we've got bug fins happening because you don't. It would take you too long to sweep around there. You might as well go straight for the bug fin. Very clever. Very, very clever here. Okay. Oh no. So if I'm pressing any buttons when the round ends, I just get stuck in that mode. Full speed. Full turn. Here we go. Let's follow this crew that we were following before. Serlo. Marius is in here. We should go follow him. Cam 7 mode. Who's dropped? Ake's dropped. Watson out in front. Vardy's got a good line. Marius takes a different line around the back there. Interesting line. Oh, he goes for that the other way round, which cleans up the exit slightly. Marius crashes. Roey's off to do this jump up there. KSH has done it. Nobody coming to the finish yet. Monsters through. Ake around the back. Who's got it? KSH takes the finish. Followed by Watson. Ake. Vady. Marius. Monster. Roey. Apps and Danny. Look at all that crashing in there. Any more for any more? Few people missing the finish on that one. That's going to bump them down a few. Serlo missing it. People have picked up this map super quickly. Let's follow the other guys. It's a smaller crew going this way, but they've decided that this is the fastest route. Oh, KSH slows down a lot there. Roey and KSH both different sides. Tricky one there from KSH. Roey coming out with a lot more speed. Eric B crashes it, but then respawns. I think that might be on purpose. Roey up the jump, just about makes it. Then through here, gets the drop down nicely. Marius is over there heading off to go round. Must have been a lot slower there, Marius. But Roey takes it. Ake, Serlo. Who's coming in next? We've got Danny coming in next. Very nice. Monster finishing the proper way rather than a bug fin. Watson's in. Marius. So if you take this last, then you'll get the bug fin. Let's follow Danny's route. What's this all about? Getting a lot of speed going around here. Taking this jump up to the top. Nice landing. Quick respawn for a turnaround. Drops down. It's an interesting route, for sure. Then goes for... Danny's just gone for another respawn. Did Danny miss the ring? That is a shame. Or got the ring, but potentially landed upside down. Sending it round here. Look at the speed on him. Let's just watch from here for a second. Monsters in the finish, followed by Roey, Marius, Eric B, Vardy. Watson versus Ake. Ake takes it just ahead of Watson, Serlo, Danny, Apps. Not bad recovery from Danny there. Not too far behind a fair few people. After having a terrible respawn. I thought when the ring happened, I thought Danny was going to go a different way. I thought it was going to be a clever take the ring and respawn elsewhere type thing. Next map. What will it bring us? That one, very nice. Full speed. Dirt. Dirt. What have we got then? Let's pop the checkpoint counter on. We have 5 checkpoints. Yippee! So not many people moving because they want to they're in this mode as well. So we've got 5 checkpoints. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a start here. So I mean realistically you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, then you're back there anyway, and then jump it to 5. How are you getting on there actually? You've got to take a jump off of the side of this cliff here. to get into this one. So potentially it's 1, 2, 3, 4, drop down 5 and straight like KSH goes straight to the finish just there. Marius has crossed the line. Let's see how it goes. Warm-up number 2. We're going to get some more people driving this time. We'll get some more finishes in. See where people are going. Look at the scatter right off the start. There's people driving out straight out the front, people reversing off the back and turning around to take this checkpoint first. People that want to just jump there for some reason. That's doable, isn't it? So yeah, that's what Eric B's doing. So you just get the right speed off of this, just like Ake, and boom, you're in. Oh, nice from Ake, and then look at that. That's a nice line, nice and tidy, nice and tiny. I don't know what checkpoint Ake's on right now. Does Ake have to... Oh, trying to get the jump off of there. Very nice. I like that line from Ake. I like that line. Don't press buttons. Here we go. Who's going out the back? Who's going out the front? Who's going left and right and left? Because there is the option to come out here, and hit into this one first. And just like that. Oh, there's a little bump. That's something we don't get. I can't quite see. When you're up here, looks flat. Little bump to take that first. Everybody's up the top of the hill except for a couple who are going around the back there. Nice. I do like that line through there. And then watch this jump from Ake. Look at that. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Marius is the first one to hit the finish. Too many finishes on this one to watch them all. Watson, Monster, Danny, Ake, Apps, Eric B, Serlo, KSH, Rowie, Vardy. Very nicely done from everybody getting to the finish there. That was a very impressive set of rounds. Very close. What's the overall score? I haven't looked at the overall scores. Apologise for that. Been too busy trying to think about... It's taking up all my brain power to think about the routes. Look at that from Watson. Nicely done. We'll follow the Rowie Watson line. Watson just taking more shortcuts. Rowie coming out with more speed and staying on board though. So Watson taking the little clips, but Rowie just driving really well. They are going up and over and taking that same route, but then they go into the finish down there. Very nicely done. Marius is the first to finish, followed by Monster, Rowie, Watson, Danny, Ake, Serlo, Vardy, Apps, Eric B. It's so good watching the ants scatter, isn't it? Who are we going to watch? Let's watch this line. Oh, this is the biggest line. Oh, Danny off to the side and taking down there. That's a nice line. I like that. I like that. Will they meet back up? Sometimes you see spirals off where they take one and take the other, but it doesn't look like it. Tight turn around here and then a bump jump up. Oh, you can just... I don't know how I missed that. That you can just drive straight up here. For some reason I thought that was higher in the air. Yeah, just straight through into the finish. Nicely done there. Serlo takes it this time, followed by Monster, Apps, Marius. Very close at the top. Look at that, less than half a second between the top four. Danny, Vardy, Watson, Rowie. What are the scores? Marius at the top right now, very closely followed by Monster. Rowie and Ake are tied for third place. Watson in fourth. Just off for Apps. It's super close on this one. Normally we have somebody dragging it out just slightly, but we are very, very keeping it close today. Same point system as always as well. What have we got here then? Textile, I think. Very big open map. 5 checkpoints. Look at everybody in Cam 3. Levon's joined, eh? That'll throw a spanner in the works. If Levon can pick these maps up. It'll be tough for him on the reruns though, since he'll be learning the maps. Yeah, I think this one's going to be... So the others, I think there's multiple ways to get the same thing, and eventually you'd work out one. But this one, I think you'll know when you've got the correct route here. It'll just flow, I feel. Like, this is the sort of one that looks... You could have a map that looks like this from this view. You could have a map that looks like this and it only has one route. So I think this one we might see people staying together a lot more with the most obvious route. And potentially we'll have one or two people who go for a different route that's massively faster but has some sort of jump out of the side or something like that. It's a tough one though. This is going to be longer. This is for sure going to be a longer map. Super close at the top, like I said. Runs close all the way down. Battles everywhere. No one's safe in their position. Marius still watching from above, not going out. Let's follow Bem. Here we go. Just picking a random player to follow. First checkpoint takes a while to get to. Nice jump down there. See that? There's a lot of flow lines. That's what I'm looking at. I'm seeing a lot of lines that just kind of work. Oop, we're underneath. That just flow like this. This jump just works beautifully to get you to there. Which is what I mean by we might eventually just see one map. Is there a cheetah scar? I'm not sure. I haven't seen the map pack. And I haven't been looking up here. This one by Arian. Marius heading down that way. Retires. Oh, we're at the end of the map. Where's the start again? Oh, no. I was pressing a button. Where's everyone? Here we go. Where are they all scattering? Look at that. The scatter. Major path straight ahead. Makes sense. Ooh, unlucky for whoever just got flung off the side there. This looks like the major path right now. Keeping it low. Under here, the nice floaty jump. Ooh, up and over, straight across. Very clean. Solo and Ake. Oh, Ake, up and out. I like this route better. What on earth is... Oh! I mean, come on. That's an incredible line. If you can pull that off, that's faster, surely. But pulling that off is not going to be easy. Marius, way behind on this one. Hasn't picked this up, which is not good for his points score. Whether he's had a few crashes, he's not going to score anything. He's not getting to the finish. He's still even looking for this checkpoint, possibly. Well, has he crashed or has he not figured out a route? Marius loses a lot of points, drops from 1st to 5th in that run. Off we go again. Let's take the side path over here. This is the other main path. We've got Levon in it. Out of the points, no way Levon wins this overall, but could definitely throw a spanner in the works and make others have problems by taking some wins. Stealing points. Everybody pretty close together. Eric B out the front of this pack. Couple of different lines through there. Rowie with an interesting one, just about making it through. Not fast, but good. All across the line then. Eric B's in. KSH, Levon, Marius, Rowie, Serlo, Apps, Vardy, Ake, Suinks, Watson, Monster, Persho, Diesel. We have some more players now as well. Very interesting. Very interesting. Will Marius be able to move up? Monster had a bad run on that one, so that will move him up, but Rowie's still there. It is so changeable on this map. with a few people not quite picking it up. Some of the lines that people are taking being very difficult. What's this Danny line over here? Danny got a decent position last round, if I remember right. Mid-pack. So interesting with a completely different route. There is a chance, because a lot of these routes end up back coming over the middle section at some point. So if we watch here, Danny's going to come around this corner. Take this jump. Up, over. Oh, Danny doesn't take that. Where's Danny gone? Another respawn? Okay. Unfortunate on Danny's run. Never mind. But a lot of routes come back to the start every time, right? Wherever the start is, I've lost it completely. They're coming back to the green start block, and that means that I think the routes are going to end up being the same. Just depends where you start and where you finish. So very interesting on this one. Rowie up top, followed by Ake and Marius. Only 5 points separating those three. And it's 4 points down, 4 points down. A few more starting to creep in, some bigger gaps. But at the top, the very top 5, very, very close to each other. What have we now then? We have a cipher map. And it's, I would say, LOL styled, because that's, you know, maybe you're flicking out to here or so. So 4 checkpoints on this one. Versatility Cup, that was last week. Yeah, so 4 checkpoints. 1, 2, 3, 4 over the back there. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close to each other physically, and there's definitely some jumps to be done. But what's the fastest way to get between these points? I hope these maps get hunted, because it'll be interesting to see how they are in like a week's time or something. If people properly look into it, really study the routes, figure out everything, and with like Ake's route that he was trying to take before on that other map with the jump across. Incredible route, got a bad landing. Not rounds friendly, but definitely if that got a good landing, would have been faster. Where Finn? Good point. Good point, actually. Oh, just here. 1 finish, I think, on this one. So probable finish is to come back through the centre, I would say. Because you're not going to be too worried. It's just a straight line here. Yeah, you're not going to be too worried about taking this. So yeah, the obvious route would be drop down off there, 180, speed, boom, hit this, all the way out to the outside, flick it here, round. Oh, but you've got to get back to here. So maybe take that and then just immediately turn around, U-turn around. Nice jump across there. Because otherwise, how do you take that one? You take it there, there, there. Down here, take it now, and then go up and around. You could just straight off the back, actually. You could just reverse out, take it, and then... Oh, it'd be slow if you did that. And then forwards across the thing, and it's going to be risky. Interesting. I think we might just static camera it here. We can see everything. There we go. Monster does go out the back, and so does KSH. Look at this monster line down here. Nice turn around. Solo's going off for this one last. That's a nice line, because you take the engine off there and then turn around and immediately hit the checkpoint and you stop having engine off, but you are then slow when you're going down here. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. A lot of different lines here. It will be interesting as well, like Arian's just said, for the next rotation, maybe don't do it in because people will be going into spectate mode and watching like this. This is definitely the best way to spectate this mount. Let's zoom out slightly because nameplates don't get any smaller. Look at that, nicely through there. Quite a few going off over this way. I like that route as well. A lot of scattering now. This jump up looks tricky to land it cleanly. Up and boom, nice wall hit there from Serlo. Carries more speed. Ake with the flying speed straight through the middle. Does seem like a good route. The turnaround is slow because you're going to hit the engine off and stop accelerating. It's slow to begin with without the engine off. But Marius takes it by nearly a second over KSH. Ake, Serlo, Shark, Apps, Rowie, Monster, Swinks, Persho, Vardy, Watson and Danny. How are we looking at the top after that? That is going to bump Marius up into the top position. Rowie down to third. But look, I mean, there's not many points between it. Really not many points between it. These guys are back and forth at the top. Slowly making a break from the guys like Monster, Apps and Watson further down. That top 5 that was super close has become a top 3 almost. Everybody shifting off over here. Watching Marius with the fastest run last time. Coming up into the middle, Marius. Oh, his turnaround there. Nice. Monster picks up the win after a slightly poor run last time. Must have either found something different or has just got the run better. I think Monster was doing one of those tricky jumps over from the middle as well, so it might have just been a wiggle there. Who are we watching on this one? I think we're going to watch Apps. We're going to find Apps and try and watch them. I think they're over in this section. No, down here. Bottom of your screen right now. Following Apps and Ake and Shark. Eric B. Monster also on that line. Apps absolutely flying. Look at that. Round the back. Then just flings it up and across. Turnaround. Look at the speed of the turnaround there from Apps. Slow wiggle, gets the speed and through the finish. Not bad, but 7th place. Monster takes the win. KSH, Serlo, Ake, Marius, Rowie, Apps, Persho, Watson, Vardy, Levon, Swinks and Danny. Let's see what that shakes up for the scores at the end of our first rotation, I believe. If I've counted correctly. Marius is up at the top, 2 points ahead of Monster. Ake in 3rd place. Thank you very much for the follow. By 1 point. Rowie is just over 10 points. 12 points outside, but that's not bad. And then another 10 points down to Apps. Tricky one. Yeah, I saw that long map was difficult for you. Hopefully you can get a good spec on the next run through and be able to finish. It was a tough map. I think if you went the wrong way was the biggest problem. If you ended up going the wrong way, you were just out of luck. Let's get a better spec point of this. We'll see. Yeah, if anyone goes down there, they've taken that checkpoint, haven't they? So, look at everybody just not playing. Like last time, everybody knows a route, but nobody wants to give it away. No one wants to give away their route. Oh, that's a better spectating view. There we go. And if we just bring it back, and there we go. We can see everything now. What happens if I turn HUD off? Ooh, yeah, we can have HUD off for a bit. There we go. Yeah, stream sniping probably perfectly fine, it seems. Rowie's out of bounds. This is up in the air, so Rowie... I mean, yeah, if you jump out and you've not got all the checkpoints, you're kind of done for. Unfortunately. Just going for a stadium bounce. It'll fly out of one of these in a second and stick it on a stadium bounce. Ake with the world record on this one. Marius, so who we have Ake and Monster. Pretty good actually. So Monster and Ake. Marius, the worst record of the top 3. Of the top 5 actually, because Apps is good on this map. So we're watching for Ake, Apps and Monster for their routes. It's up and round here. Ake's coming in down now. Slow takes the respawn as well. Gets in here, takes the respawn. Now takes these two, and I'm assuming booming into here for Ake. Oh no, they've got to take this middle one first. All the way over. Unlucky landing. Ake slow. Yeah, super impressive how close the points are. Really cool as well. It's been back and forth and it's stayed close. It's not like anybody's dropped out and then come back in somehow. It's properly stayed close. Everybody at the top has been, yeah, pretty close. Oh yeah, the author time hasn't been beaten. 28.28, that's a pretty nice time. Yeah, it would be cool to see the solutions to it. KSH, fast respawn. Oh, bug fin. Or bug checkpoint. Bug into there and then take that. That's a nice line from KSH. I like that. That's clever. We've got the massive people taking this respawn down here. RXA4 map as well, to be said. Remember, we're looking to Ake and Apps and Monster for the top times here. Ake takes it, followed by Monster, Watson, Apps, Rowie, then Marius, Eric, Persho. Waiting a while for the next. It's going to be Suinks from Levon. 3 seconds back off the other two. Solo, Vardy, Danny, Johan, and KSH. That's going to shake up the top of the scoreboard right now. Ake takes the lead. 2 points ahead of Monster. And 7 points ahead of Marius. Who's Persho? Persho. Nice one from KSH. Gets the turnaround quite nicely. And over here is the fast line. Apps across the line first. Watson, Monster, Rowie, Ake, Marius, Danny, Persho, Serlo, Vardy, Eric B, Levon, Suinks, and Johan is yet to finish, but I think should just about make it. Does indeed. Just in the nick of time. Drink Wooder. I drink between rounds. Here we go again. We're going to watch over this Ake line here. Oh, Ake seems to have hit a wall. So we're watching someone like Eric B taking a flyer. Danny seems to be on a good line at the minute. Respawns all round just here. Now they'll take these two, jump this. Up and over they go. And then they turn around and take this checkpoint last to get into the finish. Marius takes it from Vardy, Rowie, who had a slowdown in the final corner. Apps, Eric B, Danny, Bem, Serlo, Monster, Ake, Suinks, Persho, and I ran out of time. What a set of runs! Yeah, within 1 second of each other, absolutely mad. Different lines as well, being very close to each other. Really, really cool. I love that. Love that, love that, love that. Map number 2 then. This one by The Secret Drew. So we saw this one before. A lot of different lines through here and a lot of different finishes. I think the only thing we don't see is people take this first. You either go left first, then take this, or you finish with that. And if you're finishing with this, then you're going into the finish correctly. The other two, you're going to be bug finning. So it's very interesting. I think potentially this is a scary one for the drop down. We're not seeing anybody go up here and take this, but I guess that the drop down, you kind of have to be up here, so you might as well drive off and take the drop down. It's pretty much the only realistic way of getting that, because you have to get up here anyway. And where else are you going to go to get down from here? If you take this checkpoint, the only other thing you could do is drop down here, then go up here and then drop in. Why would you do that? You're adding way more drops that could flip you over. Yeah, the ramp on the side. Which one? This one? On the back, you can't get up here. And it'd be a bit silly anyway, because you'd be flying off into there anyway. Yeah, I think this one is for... decoration, maybe. To be honest. Possibly this bit didn't exist, and you were meant to jump up here, land on top, and drive down. I don't see any other ways to jump up there. We do have the few different ways of driving this map at the minute. All of them pretty good. All of them working quite well. Here we go. Round number 1. Oh no. I tapped back exactly as it was the wrong time to tap back. Whoa, we're going. Some reason, no updates to the game. Trackmania 2, I used to... Oh, Apps is taking this line. I want to follow Apps. If you're going with the line that I said we didn't see anyone taking this section first. So, Trackmania 2, it used to be when I crossed the line, my accelerate button would just drive me into the ground of wherever was being spectated unless I tapped it. Ah, respawn from Apps. Unlucky. Doesn't quite get the jump. We're seeing a lot of people struggle with this jump. You got to either hit the head or absolutely nail it. A lot of players. Let's go find the finish. Here it is. Who's first in? Monster, followed by Marius, followed by Ake, Rowie, Watson, Serlo. Danny flings it in for 7th place. Persho's through. Vardy, KSH. It was close, very close at the end. You couldn't tell who was coming in because you had people coming. You had 2 guys coming in here. You could kind of tell where they were going to be. But one guy coming through here and then not long after another coming from this side. Really cool finish. Having everybody coming boom, boom, boom. Vardy's off the back. Ake's not trying that trick again. We're going to follow this bunch of people. Taking the head hit. Ake's in this one then. Marius through. Serlo gets a flyer into the finish, into the checkpoint. Must have respawned though, because slower. Marius takes it wide round here, which is interesting because it makes this difficult. But gets the send through. Through the middle, in. A nice exit there. Now Serlo and Marius, let's head over to the finish. Serlo takes it very close ahead of Marius, followed by Suinks, Eric B, Monster, Persho, Apps, Danny, Vardy. Got a long wait till the next player comes in. Looks like nobody's going to make it. Ake isn't going to make the finish this time. Didn't make it. Did not make it. Top 3 records. Top 3 are Deddy Mania top 3. So very nice from those guys. Let's follow this route instead then. Oh, interesting to take that different ways. Take it first or take it second. Depends whether you want to carry all your speed possible to come around here. But some people are struggling with coming off of the exit of this. If you look at it, you have to be high up here. Because if you kind of want to be here, but obviously you can't. Like the line that they're taking in is the line they also want to take out. So you've got to be high and then bring it down, which is very difficult to do. Bring it up. KSH looks like they're going to take the win. Followed by Swinks, Vardy, Watson. That's shaken things up a lot there. Very interesting. I think it's just a difficult map. Even if you've got your route, it can be a difficult map to pull off. Yeah, completely different. Marius further down. Still in the lead though. And gaining quite a good lead at the minute. Monster in second, Ake in third, Apps in fourth. It's close. It's definitely pull-backable, but we are going to have, of course, very few failed to finishes now because every map's been played once. Whereas before we could have easily had a failed to finish. But I doubt at this point we will end up with one. And it'll be a rough blow to whoever doesn't finish. This map was very interesting. We had the majority of people going backwards off the start, but various people going either this way or that way. Barely anybody taking this checkpoint first, I think. Because you'd come around this Marius line and take it there. Yeah. So, interesting route. This is very interesting because it's so wide open. The next map I like them. The next map's kind of every route is the same route. It just depends where you start it. Much like the last one, but the last one had much more, since it had no speed limit. Despite being in 3 sections, whereas the next one's not in 3 sections. I do hope that people come back to these and hunt them, because I think once people see this video, see the routes of the world records and the author times and stuff, because we're still over a second, 24.6 versus 25.7 from Marius. We are over a second away from AT right now. So it'll be very interesting to see who can get author times first, what the author time route was, whether the author time route is potentially the best route, because there are going to be some sections that people are taking safe, especially on this. There's a lot of little bumps, like do you go out from the start here, turn around here, and we saw people taking this as a bump. Straight off of this little bump here, over into there and taking this checkpoint first. But it was a risky one. When we saw it, one player got flipped on the back. I can't remember who it was. I think Rowie was the other one that got away with it. So it's very close and interesting ways to play. Where are we going to follow? See what looks to be the biggest group of people. Off the front, this is the biggest group of people. So it's the difference between going forwards and turning around and backwards doesn't seem to be too much if you're taking this route. Danny's off over that side. We saw Danny's route before. Didn't seem to pay off for them. Nice through here. I like Ake's jump there. So Ake's jump is faster, but again, it's the sort of thing that's going to be difficult to pull off consistently. But it does work there, and Ake is still not getting the author time with that, but does take the world record with it. 24.66. Very, very fast time. Marius in second place gains a big lead over their previous best. Monster in third, then Apps, Vardy, Serlo, Persho, Eric B, Watson and Suinks. Huge. Ake with a slightly faster time on this. Just a little bit of a better run could definitely take that. So we are going to follow the AT potential crowd. Danny with a fantastic start. Danny needs to get on board with this route. A lot less people taking it though. Ake has a bad landing. Apps has gone for the jump and doesn't make it. Marius currently our leader. Flying through to the finish. Looking at people going for this finish as well here. Marius way ahead of second place. Solo comes in. Watson, Eric B, Ake, Monster, Apps, Vardy, Suinks. Waiting for the next. Looks like Persho, and then Danny will finish us off. What a run. Yeah, really difficult to get a good run. Ake on that first one with this 24.66. Got an absolute banger of a time. I want to see what Danny's doing off the start. So Danny's backing it up round here. Gets great speed. Yeah. Just got an absolute belter of a run, I think, last time. Wasn't quite as far ahead. Got more runners coming in with this route right now. Apps not going for the jump. Ake does go for it and makes it this time. Marius is out front. And nicely into the finish. 25.81. Still a lot slower than Ake's run. But a lot safer. The safe Meister is safing. Who would have thunk it? Marius takes the win, followed by Ake, Monster, Serlo, Apps, Eric B, Watson, Persho, Vardy, Danny, Suinks. And at the end of that, Marius is quite far out in front now. Monster in second place, Ake very close in third. Big gap to Apps, Serlo pretty not far behind really on Apps. That's a makeable gap, 25 places? Or 15 places? Yes, 15. It's a very makeable gap. Map number 4 then. This map's interesting. This is what I wanted to point out before. So we have the start here, and quite a few of the routes come back, like jumping up here, over there, or going around here and through here, like to here, that jump as well. And we're seeing a lot of people coming in back to the start. So I think this one kind of depends which way you want to go. All routes are the same, just in a different order. So it'll be interesting, you know, which one ends up being fastest at the end of everything. It's a very big and interesting map. Hopefully Danny gets a finish on this one. Get your specs. How are we on the AT hunt? 0.4 off of the AT right now. I wonder if Arian has any information. Big lump going this way. Let's follow this lump. Okay, I'm flinging it around the side. Nice jump up here. Then it's back to the start where we're joined by the jumpers over from the other side who have gone a little bit longer to get there. But I think taking a slightly different checkpoint order as well, because they then divert off of here. It's round the back and over and in. And we're through this finish. Final checkpoint there. 180. Fling it around this corner and across the line. It's a great route. Finishers coming in over here. Marius slow. Maybe trying a different route, because I think we saw Marius take that route before that finishes just here rather than in this checkpoint. So we will see if Marius changes up the route or not. Oh, goes back into free cam. Let's go. Let's follow this straight ahead route. So there's only two. Nobody going this way round. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Is it just Ake that we've followed? Let's just follow Ake then, I guess. Ake takes the jump, rejoins the mass of people coming around this way. A lot of different ways to get to this point. But I think all checkpoints taken are the same by now, because they're all going to finish after taking this checkpoint. Jumping through here, nobody finishing yet. They take the final checkpoint round the last corner, and we have Apps followed by Persho, Monster, Marius, Ake, Watson, Vardy, Danny, Serlo. Very close. Looks like everybody finishing on this checkpoint. So I guess this is the most out of the way checkpoint. Because yeah, you'd have to come round the back here. And that would be, I assume, what Eric B took. Be an early checkpoint here, coming around the back and then having to almost double back on yourself to get to the same way. So it's only Ake going up that way. Very interesting. So we're coming round here. Then these guys take this jump and take what Ake takes first. So only one line really here. And Ake comes in and joins the party. It's around the back. Nobody going off there. This one's all been puzzled out, but at the same time, we do not have a author time set just yet. Apps takes the win. Marius, Monster, Ake, Bem, Serlo, Eric B, Vardy, Danny, Persho. Super close competitive racing on this one because everybody's taking pretty much the same route. Out we go. Ake still believing in that line. It's an interesting one. We're going to rejoin Ake as Ake comes around this corner and see where they end up. So then you take the jump here and you send it. And with more speed coming through there, that's the trick to it. And then you've got to keep that extra speed going through this dirt turn, which is tricky. And I think that's where Ake's struggling with. It's potentially faster if you can carry more speed and keep it through that turn. Potentially much faster. But Eric B takes the win, followed by Apps, Monster, Watson, Marius, Vardy, Danny, Persho, Serlo. Ake does not make the finish by the looks of things. That's going to throw a spanner in the work in the overall. Ake coming in, turtled. Very nice. Turtled and late. But a lot of points down on Monster for sure. As we head into the final map. Marius safing it all the way to the line. Gonna have to fail quite a lot. Ake is chasing Monster down. Without that last fail, it would be a much closer fight for third. But at the minute, Ake needs to battle off losing third place to fourth place. But also has a good chance, really, I think. Possibly overtaking Monster with some good runs. We did see Ake was good on this map, though. But Monster has the world record. So, by a long way, actually. And the only AT. Monster has the only AT on this one. So Ake's going to have a struggle, by the looks of things. If we've got, where is Ake? In 5th place. On the total records. Ake's going to struggle to catch Monster. Versus Apps. Apps is in 7th, so that one could be pretty close. Especially if they can figure out new routes slightly. It is all getting very close. This one is one that we can just sit. Because there's so many different routes. Unless after this... If this warm-up we see just 1 or 2 routes, then I'll zoom in. But for the minute, I think we're going to be looking at it like this. Just from the static camera. And we'll follow the mouse. And we will watch various players going around the map. So many different routes. It's going to be really interesting. A lot of people taking their starting routes, kind of deciding what starting route they're going to do, then faking some time. Marius just waiting. Don't want to give it away too much if they've got the fast route. Monster not going for a run at all, of course. Yeah, not wanting to give away that route. Marius only just behind, so this is going to be a very tough fight for the top. Here we go. Into proper rounds, I do believe. Yes, indeed. 3, 2, 1, go. Off the bat go a couple of players. Large number going over there. Marius and Monster. These are the ones we need to watch. Heading off over here. Slowed down by the anti-booster. Can't go that way, that means. They then bring it all the way around here. Marius and Monster so close to each other right now. Through the back here. Look at the turn. Surlo potentially going to get in the way between the two of them. Does indeed. Watson takes the win. Then Monster, Surlo, Marius. That's doing Monster a massive favour. Ake, Vardy, Danny, Apps, Eric B, Persho. Watson takes a huge chunk off of the world record. Takes the AT. This line over here looks interesting. The Persho, Eric B line. Danny. They'll crash into each other through there. Nice line, because you need the slowdown anyway, so they're hitting the wall. But then that line leaves them needing this one later, where they've got to turn around, and this is where it gets slow. You see people coming into the finish so fast. Not a great run there from Monster. Watson takes the win, improves the world record again. 8 comes in with a fantastic time. Surlo. People are getting this map finally. With only one round left in it. Looks like Marius is going to be taking it. But that Monster versus Ake, that could change. So we are watching Monster versus Ake in this one, realistically. Look at these two. Very close. Monster's got stuck on the anti-booster. Not good for Monster. Needs to get a finish, because Ake will have enough points if Monster doesn't get a finish. Ake out front. Looks like Ake's going to take the win. Does indeed. This could be incredible. The swap around right on the last line. Monster into the line. What is it going to be? Ake followed by Marius, Surlo, Eric B, Apps, Vardy, Danny, Monster, Watson. I can't do the maths in my head to see what's going to be the finishing scores after this. But there it is. Marius takes the win, followed by Monster. Ake doesn't quite manage to catch up. Apps, Watson, Surlo, Vardy, Eric B, Danny, Persho, Danny, Rowe, KSH, Persho, Levon, Johan. Those are the people that are online at least. Absolutely amazing tournament. GG. We'll go back round to the first map. Congratulations to everybody who played. Thank you very much for watching. Go check out these maps. If there is a track list, I will get it put into the description. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next tournament. Thank you to Arian for hosting, and thank you to everybody who built maps as well. Of course, always need maps.